Good morning and welcome back to the video, and today we are going to be talking about Devil Fruit Awakenings. Let's go. Okay, so Devil Fruit Awakenings. What is an awakening? It is basically the full potential of your Devil Fruit at its pretty much maximum. So basically, you have a Devil Fruit, you have steroids. There you go. It's basically your Devil Fruit just fully overpowered, like, you know it in and out, like, it's fully awakened. Like, imagine Bleach. Do you know when someone goes bunkai? It's basically that. Okay? So when your Devil Fruit is awakened, it's basically you doing a bunkai with your Devil Fruit, so to speak. It's just like a really overpowered version of your actual powers. Now, I would like to talk about all the different types of awakenings. We have seen pretty much all of them, so to speak. One of them we will get onto a little bit later, but let's start with Paramecia. Now, the only Paramecia Devil Fruit user that I have actually seen is Katakuri, and he has the Mochi Mochi no Mi, or the Mochi Mochi fruit. Now, he has a special Paramecia, which doesn't mean anything when it comes to just standard Paramecias and awakenings that we know of at this moment, because we do have Doflamingo with his awakening. But let's just go back to Katakuri. Katakuri has the ability to turn the surrounding area around him into Mochi when he uses his awakening. Now, this gives you the idea on if you can turn it into Mochi, you can basically just stick people to the floor, pretty much, or you can mold the environment around you and manipulate it as it's your Devil Fruit ability. So, because he has the Mochi fruit, he can manipulate Mochi. He awakens, turns everything else around him into Mochi. He can basically kill you with Mochi, which he nearly does with Luffy, but Luffy kind of eats his way out of it and then smashes the temple that he made. But that's besides the point. When it came to Doflamingo and his awakening, he basically turned the entire area around him into strings, because he has the string fruit, and I forget the Japanese name of it. I think it's like the Ito no Mi or something along those lines. But yeah, it's one of those ones where he can turn everything into strings and basically slice and dice you and serve you on rice, so to speak. But it seems to be with Paramecias you can turn the surrounding area around you into your, like, element, so to speak, or Devil Fruit power. Now, I'm not sure how this would work with some of these Devil Fruits. So if you had the Paramecia of the Noro no Mi, which I did a video on it like a way back, and that was the slow fruit, which Foxy actually has. And having the slow fruit, he can create a slow beam, and I thought, oh, imagine awakening for that. You could just slow the entire environment around you, beat everyone up, or slice them up, or whatever, and then just walk off. You would never be catched by the Marines, because you could just slow the entire area around you. That awakening would be amazing, but obviously Foxy is just a weak-ass pirate, so, you know, I doubt he's ever going to become awakened. But really, that's all we really know about awakenings, so to speak, with Paramecia. And yeah, it's one of those ones where it just seems to be that you're just manipulating the area around you by turning it into your Devil Fruit, or just Paramecia Devil Fruit. Let's get on to Zoan, shall we? Because I find Zoan's a bit more funny. Now, there are some instances with Zoan awakenings, whereas the Minnow guards in the Impel Down prison, they were full awakened Zoan types. You had a koala, giraffe, rhino, and something else. And basically these guys just became some hulking beasts. So obviously if you can turn into a koala, you're just going to look really cute. But this guy just turned insanely huge, insanely muscly as a koala. Just think about an animal you love on steroids, basically. It'd look very, very cool and very, very powerful. At the same time, they become pretty much insanely strong. And this is most showcased with Chopper, because Chopper unintentionally awakens his devil fruit, and he's the first person to show an awakening. And he shows this one at the Ennis Lobby arc, where he uses his rumble balls, and he eats 3 of them. And this causes his devil fruit to actually awaken, and he can use his reindeer. And as you can see, when he goes into that form or monster point, he basically looks like a monster. You basically, when you awaken your devil fruit as a Zoan, you basically turn a monster version of that particular animal that you are. So if you are a horse, you're just going to become like this massive... Oh my days, I can't even imagine how scary that would be. It'd be the long face. That's terrifying. But imagine it like something along the lines of a mythical zone, such as the Phoenix fruit. Imagine if that's awakened. So Phoenix fire all around you? I don't know. Like a massive Phoenix, like a super, super huge Phoenix? I don't know. Because not really seen that much of it, of that devil fruit. But I would like to go on to say that we have seen Zoan devil fruit awakenings. So we've got Chopper's Monster Point and the Impel Down Guards. I don't think I can remember any others. If you do, just put it in the comments section, because I am drawing a blank right now. But at the end of the day, Zoans are really easy to understand when it comes to awakenings. You just become a hulking monster beast of that particular Zoan fruit that you've consumed. Moving on to Logia. Logia devil fruits are interesting to say the least. You basically can turn it into an element, and being able to turn into an element like fire makes you be able to produce, manipulate, and create and become fire. Or the rumble fruit, which means you can basically be electricity. Yeah, I'm not sure how you would awaken that. Oh wait, there's Punk Hazard. Okay, so Akai Inu and Alkaiji basically met up on Punk Hazard to determine who the new fleet admiral would be, and for a somewhat amount of days they fought and fought and fought each other, and they both have scars and wounds from that initial fight. But on that day they managed to awaken both of their Logia type devil fruits, and we've never seen them actually using their Logia awakenings, but we can see what's happened because of their Logia awakenings. The entire landscape of Punk Hazard has been cut down the middle. One side is pure and Iceland, permanent Iceland, and a permanent burning inferno. So we can get the gist that a Logia awakening not only does what Paramecia does and turns the area around you into that element, so to speak, but it completely alters it forever. That's insane. Like, take for instance, you're in a battle and you use your Logia awakening of ice. Say you're using the He No Mi, and you're in the middle of I don't know, the East Blue, and you freeze the island, the water solid, everything solid, and you use your awakening. You could turn the entire environment into a barren, snowy wasteland to fight in that you can manipulate forever. That's what I call board control, or especially if you play like Yu-Gi-Oh or something. That's definitely board control. So I would go on to say that Logia awakenings are absolutely terrifying. I don't want to even picture what Blackbeard's one would be like. Imagine if he was awakened in that. That'd just be ridiculous. An entire darkness themed place. It'd just be an empty void, wouldn't it? That just sucks in everything like a black hole. That's just ridiculous. But Devil Fruit Awakenings are so interesting. I would love to see more. I want to see more. Imagine if Kaido is awakened. He definitely is awakened. I'm going to say that now. Oh, he's definitely an awakened mythical Zoan Devil Fruit user. But going back to the Logia, changing an entire island permanently, not just temporarily, as in with the Luffy and Katakuri fight and the Doflamingo and Luffy fight, but turning the area around you permanently into that thing is absolutely freaking terrifying, isn't it? An entire barren iceland, an electricity world, a freaking fire magma world, burning infernos of death and all that. And dude, it's like, I definitely want a Logia type Devil Fruit now. Like, I would train just for that ability, just to create any island into my freaking element, because you could have so much control, especially if you're awakened. You'd be able to just completely dominate your enemies. You wouldn't even have to move. You could own that island. Someone would have to be insanely powerful in order to get past you if you had an awakened Logia. But that's all for pretty much today on what I wanted to talk about, and that was Devil Fruit Awakenings. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below, because I personally love the idea of an awakening of a Logia. And this is just a genuine thought at this moment in time. I'm genuinely feeling this. So I'm going to probably think about this a lot more while editing this video. So have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video. Take it easy, and yeah, see you soon.